Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 12 of our Slay the Princess playthrough, so yeah. But before we do get into today's episode, I just want to say real quick that this may be the final episode of this series here. I can't confirm that, I just feel like we're definitely getting very close to the ending of this game. If it's not this episode, I expect it to be wrapped up in the next, honestly, episode to maybe 3 max. But again, I could be way off the mark and there still could be plenty more to do, but I don't know, it's just my feeling and observation on how this is all going down, so yeah, if I'm right, I'm right, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. On to the episode, let's just get started with this. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to, there is nothing for you to find. I guess we got an earthquake going on. I would assume that's hands, right? Yes. It kind of makes sense since there's quite a few.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
As I was about to say, there's definitely a lot of vessels all around her, and then the hands. And then you see that she has 3 faces, and then 6 arms. It's kind of an interesting thing because, again, I don't know how to really feel about the princess. I don't know how to feel about the narrator, especially with the last episode, him explaining, or it, who knows what the narrator is, honestly. Well, I guess you learned that I think he is a god, and we're also a god known as the Long Quiet. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff honestly happened in the last episode, and like I said before, I don't know how to feel about the narrator, I don't know how to feel about the princess, I don't even know how to feel about us as a character too. It really is like a interesting game, a very psychological kind of game. I go back to, do I want to actually save the princess? Do I actually want to save the narrator? Is there even a way to save everybody in the equation here? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I can finally see you and you can finally see me. So back then, I assume Hands here, as I like to call her, because I don't know her actual name. Well, I would assume Princess is fine, but Hands sounds cooler to me. So Hands here is like, hey yo, we've gone through this back and forth, you collecting vessels, you're not really remembering stuff, but here we are now. I can finally see you, face to face, you and I. Now of course, there's the possibility that she doesn't know who we are, because, well, she said during those moments on each chapter, towards the end when we get her another vessel, she, you know, does her one thing, the glass or whatever like breaks, and then she says, you're not going to remember any of this, they're not going to remember any of this, yada yada yada. But in fact, we do remember everything, so maybe she doesn't know that we're a god per se. I feel like I'm wording this weird, and I may be misremembering some things, because again, there's a lot to unpack with this game, because there's a lot of different moving parts going on with this game, and I still haven't really understood what really is going on. I have a few ideas like I brought up on past episodes, but especially with the new info we got on the last episode, it's still tricky for me to fully comprehend what this all is. I have an idea, but I still feel like there's stuff that I'm not understanding at the same time.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. See, I don't know if it's wise to even say that to her, though. Maybe she does know already. See, I don't know if it's wise to say that because I don't know if she knows about the echo or knows about the long quiet. You know what? I miss you too. It's been a minute, Hands. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. I don't know. Like, it's not a... Because, like, I'm curious on the response of what she would say, but I don't know if it's the right thing to do to outright just say that. Oh wait, I guess I was wrong. It's not just 3 faces. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume there's more in the back. Okay. Not that it matters. I just wanted to correct myself. It's more than 3. I think I said 3 earlier. Anyways, do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. I don't know. I almost want to get the coin and flip it again and see what it says. Screw it.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. I didn't mean to hit the mic there, sorry. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. I don't know, I feel like I kind of blundered there. But at the same time, by that kind of response, I feel like she would have already known regardless that something's up. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. And I could just be overthinking this too. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. So I guess she's... It's hard for me to word what she's trying to say, but I'll try it to the best of my ability. Like, he's trying to, like, catch your attention, capturing that, by saying you're a god and whatnot, and she's kind of saying that despite him saying that, you can't be captured. You're not going to, like, go through with what he's saying. Like, you can do what you want to do, not because the narrator wants that. I feel like I worded that very weirdly. Anyways, they call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Yeah, screw it. We're already in the deep end.
Every word you spoke found its way to me.
Right, okay.
I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Okay, so regardless of whether I did or did not say anything about us being the long quiet and about, you know, the echo, she already knew regardless, so it's kind of like whatever. If that is true. Every word he spoke found its way to me. I know him and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. See, and that's the thing too. Like, it's one of those situations where, You know, going to like the color scheming for a second, I find it really intriguing that him being more like, I guess, like darker colors, like black and like grays and stuff like that, is like, I have to like stop death. We need to continue as life and whatnot. And you would think, you know, dark black kind of like colors would represent more, you know, a darker tone, death, stuff like that, while white over here is kind of like the opposite of like life. She's more so saying he's more of a life kind of guy, I'm kind of more of a death kind of woman, you know. Now, she hasn't really directly said that per se yet, but I assume that's probably the direction that it's going to get into because of what the narrator has mentioned before. If you don't stop her, that's it. It's the end. It's game over. So I think it's cool how the colors kind of contrast one another. Black and white, white and black. You know, dark and light, light and dark. Like I brought up with that famous quote from Bob Ross many, many years ago that he did that painting show about, talking about if you only have black, you have nothing. If you only have white, you have nothing. You have to have both. And that goes into the thing that I mentioned earlier on this episode, I think towards the beginning. Is there a way to keep both? Because you need life and death as like a balance. You need white and black, dark and light, to balance one another. And I feel like if one shifts more towards white or black, it's not balance. And I don't know, I kind of feel like she's like a far extreme on one side and the other, the narrator is like on the far other side, and maybe our character is somebody that's kind of like in the middle trying to pull it both together as one. Maybe not like as one, but just something that the two of them must like balance one another out per se. I feel like I talked about a whole lot of nonsense, but I don't know. Every word you found it, every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. So, yeah. I don't know. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Okay, so I guess I'm kind of right on that. Which, of course, like, it makes sense by the beginning of the game by the narrator saying, you know, if you don't slay her and yada yada yada, like, you'll die, the world dies, yada yada. I do want to reread it though. When the echo spun us from one into two. When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So like the vessel's down here per se? I guess. But that's also like an interesting line. When the echo spun us from one into two, so like when the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role. So, like what? Like once upon a time we were one. The narrator is like, I'm gonna narrate something, do whatever I can to separate. It happens. We have the choices to do this and that, and she's just playing along with the role, because again, the narrator is narrating this elaborate story. So now we're kind of getting to the, I would assume, the end game here, and soon we're gonna have to make some like choices and whatnot. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitude. So again, I assume that's talking about the vessels that she requires, I think.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
See, and that's the thing, where it says, so will you attempt to destroy me? Which again, going through this game, I don't think we could even, like, win, even if we wanted to. Because, like, countless times, it just doesn't seem like we were ever really, sorry for hitting the mic there, we weren't ever able to win. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the pause there. Had to go do something, pretty much. If anyone's curious, had to go take another ibuprofen. I guess dumb story, because why not, and then we'll get back to this. I think I woke up this morning around like 7 something, and I was wise enough to not notice the like front edge of the wooden bed and slam my like front end of my foot into it, and pretty much all day with just walking around it has just been pretty painful. So yeah, anyways, back to the story though. So will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and possibility of meaning? So will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and possible meaning? So again, she's saying like the opposite of the narrator, him being like, life needs to continue, but she's also saying, are you gonna do this, attempt to stop me, and just stop death permanently? Sorry, not only death and the possibility of meaning, because like, it's something that I've said before, again, countless times, that you need both. You know, like, if you were born today without any worry of death, I feel like that, not only from like, let's say I don't know if I want to use the word like a philosophical kind of like way or a more mental kind of thing, whatever the way you want to word it is, that it's like without death there really isn't like any meaning, because like you don't have much of a worry if you just can't die, you know. But with death being a thing, it gives it meaning, is what she's trying to get at. But more than that though, it's just it's really hard to like word, because like, and I don't know why I'm getting so like hung up on this either, but I guess again, like I go back to the same thing. I agree with this mindset that death should be a thing. As I said in the last episode, I don't want, you know, death to happen, but it's a natural thing. It has to be that way. Without pain, there is no growth. Without death, there isn't any meaning to life itself if you can just continually live forever and ever and ever. Again, I don't want bad things to happen, but unfortunately it happens every single day. And it just is what it is. It sucks. I don't want it to be that way, but it's just reality. I mean, tomorrow morning I could wake up and I don't know, a car accident happens and I'm just splattered on the pavement. I mean, like, I don't mean to word it in like a bad way like that, but I mean, it's a realistic thing. Anything can happen. That's why, with her saying, for example, in the possibility of meaning, that's why I've always loved saying this, that it's important to live every single day doing what you want to do, even if it's a very significant thing or a very insignificant thing. If you're just doing what you want to do on a daily basis, great. Don't be going out there doing what you don't want to do. But at the same time, it kind of sucks though, because in some, not even some, most cases, you're already doing stuff that you don't really want to do to begin with, which is, that goes into a whole different rabbit hole of like work and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not here to get into that. Let's just keep it plain and simple. I think it's important that people should, you know, take the steps towards doing what they ultimately want to do, because one life is all you get. That's it. It's extremely rare that you ever get second chances. So do what you want to do. Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? But again, I go back to what I said before. I think learning more, I don't want the narrator, I don't think it's, even though I've joked around this entire series that I hate the narrator that we saw last episode was fine. The previous ones, yeah, didn't really like them. But despite whether I do or don't like or do like them, or I worded this word, whether I like or don't like them, whether I do or don't trust them, I believe that they are both a necessity towards life and death itself. It can't be one or the other. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? But again, she answered that earlier though, saying that I'm just playing a role here. You're the one making the decisions here. So I don't really see a point really in asking that kind of question there, because again, her role is to be hands here, you know, of all these vessels and yada yada yada. Our role is to make the choices. Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out and an entire world ends for good, I can't do that. Sorry, I think I read that wrong. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you are always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what road I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? See, now that's kind of an interesting question, because like, regardless of the choices that I made, like, I feel in some way, shape, and form, it probably would have altered some different things, but I feel like it still would have led to a very similar road. Maybe I'm wrong on that though, and I probably am. There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. Slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. I'm kind of curious about this one. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what... Well, that's not true though. It did matter though. I just... There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. See, but the problem with that is, you know, let's just use chess terms, because why not? It's stalemate. It's just a draw. There is no winner or loser. That's it. I either kind of want to go with this one or the bottom one. There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you on out. I won't do it. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
If you're saying that it's because you don't yet understand, but we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express, and you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
I'm trying to think, because, like, again, I don't feel it's wise to... How do I want to word it? And I might be making the stupidest blunder ever. Sure, that's fine. But I don't feel it's right to just let her, like, walk free either, per se. Like, I don't think it's wise to, like, do anything to her, but also to, like, the narrator guy as well. I don't know. I might have just blundered. Well, to be fair, it is said before, like, there is no, like, bad endings or whatever it said at the beginning of the game, so... And plus, to be fair, I mentioned it before, that whatever ending I get is the ending that I get. I'm not trying to go for, like, the best ending. It's just me going with the choices that I would have... Like, there's a few choices that I'm kind of iffy about, but I think for the most part, I went with what I probably would have wanted to go for. I would say for the most part I have. Anyways, there are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. So it's kind of interesting. The mask there, we see some hands, some markings there, and then something in the dark. It kind of looks like our hands from the mirror. You kind of see some fur outlines there, maybe some horns at the top. Maybe this is our character, and this is the princess, actually. I think that's actually what that is. There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. So, I guess that goes back to the one thing where they were once, like, one and the same, but then the narrator was like, hey, yo, I'm splitting it, I'm narrating a story here, you're playing a role, the Long Quiet is making choices, and she's trying to kind of... Maybe she's trying to get us to be, like, the final piece of, like, the vessel thing, and be, like, one with her and I, or whatever. I worded that weird, but I think you get the point. I don't really know.
But the most terrifying thing of all is
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you.
Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
It's kind of like interesting, so like you see her there, but then this is the one that we've seen before. So I assume maybe like one of the vessels. Or something more important, I'm not certain. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare shape... Sorry, no, I had the right. The shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation. I mean... To be fair, our, like, god name... Voice crack there. The god name that we were given is the Long Quiet, so I mean... I guess we wouldn't mind it if it meant balance. If that's what this whole game is. Or, not like the whole game, but a big component to it is balancing the both. And keeping, like, the narrator with life and the princess with death both in the equation. As long as they balance one another out, and life and death still continues, then... yes. Address this vessel's statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. See, but I don't want it to be without her, though. I don't think I want that. Reject her perspective. I won't engage in violence. But it's also, I'm not like rejecting this either. Address this vessel's statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. See, I kind of either want to be silent or go with the first one, but I don't even know what this means. Address this vessel statement. Let me try this. If it sounds like something of us like arguing against her, I might go back. Because like, I'm not fully certain on what this even means. Oh, so it gives you more options. Okay. Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I don't need to share my heart with anyone. I wish I could share my heart with you. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. If that is what it takes to rid the world of suffering, I could bear solitude. I'd rather go with this.
Your certainty is an illusion of passion and reflex. You won't know what solitude truly is unless you sentence yourself to it forever.
Also, I don't know if it's just me, but her voice seems like a lot more quiet. I might turn down the music slightly. It just seems kind of quiet to me compared to the music. Let me try turning it down just a little bit. Okay. Your certainty is an illusion of passion and reflex. You won't know what solitude truly is unless you sentence yourself to it forever.
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark.
Right, I've echoed that before. You are nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts, a dog blind to its leash, but there is no light without the dark.
when I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
I mean, regardless, going back to the god moment, I feel like you would have like been forced to like kneel even if I did or didn't. I kind of flipped the coin being like, do I do it or don't, but I feel like you would have been forced either way.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
I guess maybe that's a blunder because like if we would have resisted then maybe we would have had a chance. I don't really know. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being. Well, I don't think you want to like surrender, but I'm not trying to like fight her either. I get it, there's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with... Oh wait, that's just that one there. I won't engage with violence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed. So it's kind of like the same before. I kind of want to go to this again. Only with both of us there is a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being. I miss when that was you. Submitting to you was a mistake. I would have destroyed you if I knew that were you. So, like, I wouldn't want to, like, destroy it either, though. I mean, I guess we can go with this. You were consumed by your own ego. Because, like, I really don't want to go with any of the other ones.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful.
And through your lack of one, you two were consumed, yet together... Oh, right, the beast chapter, right? Yet together we were able to create something beautiful.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
Yeah, true. About the shackle thing. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. I mean, while that is a fair statement, I don't know where I'm going with that. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you place a shackle on your neck.
Bound for eternity, we saw the need for impermanence. And it was through that need that you carved our freedom.
Alright, so that's her there from the one chapter.
Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Again, I want to look at the address statements. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? They'll get over it. They'll see your end as a gift in time. See, I don't know what she's so, would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? So, like, is she saying, for example, like, take my gifts away? Like, the gift of, like, death, for an example. I think that's what she's going at. Like, let's say an infinite amount of time passes, everyone's alive still, but like infinitely like in the dark now, because again they can't die. Like, is she per se saying if you take that gift away of death, I feel like I'm wording this weird. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone in... I can't read today. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? So, suffering alive in the dark, like, end of time happens, possibly, and they're still alive. Death is not a thing no more. Life is still continuing. Would you strip away the gift of, like, death? They'll get over it. They'll see your end as a gift in time. See, I'm trying to understand what it means by they'll get over it. They'll see your end as a gift in time. Like, the gift of death. But again, like, if we strip that away, then death isn't a thing. If she is representing death here, which I would safely assume she probably is a multitude of things. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? That would be torture. See, but by me saying that would be torture, that's agreeing with her. Which again, there are statements that I do agree with her, but not fully. They'll get over it, they'll see your end as a gift in time. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? That would be torture. So maybe that's going along with her, like I mentioned a few moments ago. Let's go with this one.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience. Sorry. To be and to experience, and their purposes is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to.
A web of nerves laying upon a web of nerves laying upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to.
You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now, and you chose to play part that weave.
Right.
But you did not choose to end me. We were still one, but we were also separate, and we were free. We were as we are. Will you excise that part of yourself now that you see me from yet another angle?
I assume these are all the same. Yeah, let me go to the... You were a part of me. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you then, but maybe I should have. I miss what it was like to be together. Can we go back to it? See, because I don't want to outright submit like that. Maybe I should have. I don't regret not hurting her. You are a part of me. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you. Honestly, I think this is the one that I want to go for. Because, like, ultimately, I don't want to slay the princess. I don't think it's wise to have the narrator gone either, as I've echoed countless times.
All things are connected through me and through you. To harm me is to harm yourself, is to harm everything. The truth of that moment remains our truth.
All things are connected through me and through you. To harm me is to harm yourself, is to harm everything. The truth of that moment remains our truth. So that's kind of like an interesting line. All things are connected through me and through you. So honestly, I guess I got lucky then having a perspective of not trying to like attack her, because if we were once like a part of her, then we would have gotten damaged as well. Even though we saw our, like, I guess like flesh in the mirror starts to like dissolve and dissolve more and more through each like mirror segment that we had throughout the series. So I kind of wonder what that was all about. I assume that's like a normal thing, but I'm kind of glad well, there were occasions that we had to slay the princess because the narrator wouldn't allow it, and we couldn't get around his like control, but yeah.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Same thing. But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you forever and ever and ever, consumed by true belief. There was nothing that could hold us back. So going back to, I would assume the whole Smin ordeal in the second chapter, I think like the second or third episode, something like that. I was blinded by emotion. We both know that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. I was blinded by emotion. We both know that. And again, I think that's speaking on the emotion of the smitten, for an example. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. I think I kind of want to go with the third one slightly more because, like, I was blinded by emotion, we both know that, but I don't want it to seem like I didn't, like, care, for an example. Like, again, I don't want... I've said it so many times. I don't think it's right for her to go. I don't think it's right for the narrator to go. But I don't know if there even is a scenario that she can be saved, but also everything else being saved as well. Because again, going back to the beginning, especially the last episode really made me like think more and more about, you know, light and dark, dark and light. The feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight like we are. Whenever you're ready, we can live together, hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
I feel like I might have made a mistake. I probably should have gone with the first one. As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to
center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. Slay the princess. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry, princess. Slay the princess. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't set you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I really like these two. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. But honestly, I don't even know if there is a way to change her. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. I guess we'll go with the bottom one.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where is everyone else? Are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. I thought you died whenever I looked into the mirror. Kind of... Yeah, why not? You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, hero. What's up, dude? You've been with me since day one.
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Now, I hope it's not meaning like take her to like, or take me to her heart in a way like to slay her, because like that's not what I want to do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm ready. No, I could do this on my out here on my own. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to go with this or maybe this, because like maybe it's more wise to like talk to her, but I feel like if we go to like the center of it all, actually, what time are we at? Oh man, we're about like 55, almost 55 minutes into it. Let's stop here for now, because I kind of thought this was going to be the end, but I guess we'll Yeah, we'll probably have to do one more episode, honestly. I just don't want these episodes being like super lengthy, because again, once we do complete the game, I really want to go over all like the different endings and like read up on it and whatnot, so I feel like if I did that this episode, it'd be a very, very lengthy episode, so let's stop there and we'll pick it up. It'll be next week, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely do appreciate it. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.